Good evening. Thanks for being with us. You're watching 9 at Night. I'm Lee Waldman. New evidence in a deadly dog attack lands a second person behind bars. 31-year-old Abilene Schneider taken into custody today. She's charged with attack by a dangerous dog resulting in death and injury to an elderly person. Her husband, Christian Moreno, was arrested Friday night, just hours after their dogs killed 81-year-old Ramon Herrera. 3 more people were hurt. Arrest records say the couple's fence had a hole that allowed the dogs to escape. It also noted there was a stake in the fence in an effort to repair it. Animal Care Services says Schneider was not charged the day of the attack because they had not determined whether she shared custody of those dogs until now. All 3 of the couple's dogs have since been euthanized. A fire inside one apartment forced dozens of people out of their homes, all because of smoke damage. It happened last night at the Blanco Apartments on West Huizach, north of downtown. 2 people were taken to the hospital. San Antonio Fire Chief Charles Hood says the fire started on a mattress inside a 3rd-floor apartment. The flames were contained to that apartment, but smoke from the fire caused a lot of damage. Opportunity Homes says the 3rd and 4th floors also have a lot of soot buildup on the walls. We spoke to one woman who says she became aware of the fire because she smelled the smoke coming into her room.
And all of a sudden I said, "What's that? Smoke? Could it be coming from an apartment?" No, there was more smoke. I started yelling for the neighbor, "Where are you? Where are you? There's smoke, there's smoke." I opened the front door and it threw me back. The black smoke threw me back.
Belton was one of several people, including a 98-year-old woman, who were rescued from the 3rd floor. Many of the people we spoke to say they're still waiting to be able to get their belongings. The only hospital that serves the city's south side is closing its doors. Texas Vista Medical Center, formerly known as Southwest General Hospital, will shut down May 1st. The 342-bed medical facility has served the south side for nearly 40 years. It is also the only hospital in District 4. Texas Vista offers critical emergency care and OB/GYN care for the San Antonio area. It's also a significant provider of behavioral health care in this region.
I just don't think people in San Antonio as a whole understands how this impacts the south side, because not only does it provide a level of care, for a significant level of care, it provides really good employment for a lot of people on this side of town.
Bexar County Judge Peter Sakai says there is an effort to help employees and patients. Texas Health and Human Services says it received a closure notification from the hospital's owner, Steward Healthcare. Now, Steward's press release says it proposed having University Health System and Bexar County take over the hospital, saying, quote, "But UHS and Bexar County have not accepted our offer," end quote. Bexar County officials came back later today with their own statement saying its, quote, "Staff has not received a formal proposal from Steward Healthcare or Texas Vista Medical Center." Thousands of local families are bracing for the end of extra food stamp benefits. A policy to help feed low-income families during the pandemic has expired. RJ Marquez breaks down what this means and what's being done to prepare resources for a likely surge in demand.
After nearly 3 years, the federal government is ending a pandemic-era policy that gave families on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, extra money every month.
This cut is definitely going to hurt many of our families who have been able to use those benefits.
Melanie McGuire with the San Antonio Food Bank said they expect it could be harder for families to put food on the table.
We're going to see more folks coming into the food lines. We've seen that already when inflation's begun.
More than 127,000 families in Bexar County receive SNAP benefits, and every eligible household is now expected to see a drop of at least $95. It amounts to a loss of around $27.5 million in extra food benefits every month in Bexar County alone.
And to prepare for this drop in benefits, the San Antonio Food Bank is educating their families on more government programs they can apply for. They are also setting up more food donation stations across the San Antonio area.
Seniors will probably be hurt more, as their Social Security usually means that they get smaller SNAP benefits.
Rachel Cooper with the state advocacy group called Every Texan says this also affects people on fixed incomes like retirees, families with disabled relatives, children, and minorities. Cooper and McGuire say families who have been using these extra payments need to update their status with SNAP to see if they qualify for more benefits.
Especially if you have moved or your rent has gone up, your expenses have gone up, because those might affect how much money you qualify for.
The timing of that is just really difficult for folks who are, making really tough decisions right now.
RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
After a few quiet days of weather, get ready for some changes in the forecast. Meteorologist Adam Caskey has a quick look at what we can expect within the next 24 hours.
Slight chance of a few storms developing late tonight and very early tomorrow morning before sunrise, especially just northwest of town. Something we'll watch. Otherwise, for the morning commute, just fog and mist at 66. By the afternoon, we're up to 88 with some sunshine. Narrow window of opportunity for some showers and thunderstorms tomorrow between about 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. As the cold front moves through, we could have some brief thunderstorms. And we're not expecting a lot, but all it's going to take is one or two to see a strong to severe thunderstorm. There is that potential. So, yeah, it's at 30%, but again, all it's going to take is that one storm to really flare up and blossom. Behind it, very windy tomorrow. By sunset, all the way through tomorrow night, we could see some wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour locally, even closer to 60 miles per hour along the Rio Grande. Those are non-thunderstorm wind gusts. Then cooler Friday, 47 in the morning, a high of 74. Saturday morning in the 40s, then highs near 80 with low humidity.
Spring break is just a couple of weeks away, and thousands of tourists are expected to vacation in San Antonio. The Riverwalk is a big draw, but there's a lot that goes into maintaining its beauty. That includes Lady Echo, the city's ecological sweeper barge. Every year it cleans up more than 115 tons of debris from the river. It's something the city says is important, being that the Riverwalk is one of the top 5 tourist attractions in the state.
It's a large urban ecosystem. As you can see, there's lots of trees and vegetation. Those trees shed their leaves. There's human-made debris as well. So each day we take our Lady Echo cleaning barge out twice a day to sweep the river to collect all of that debris.
Lady Echo is just one part of that team. The city also has people committed to collecting, power washing, and landscaping along the Riverwalk. Big news for those diagnosed with diabetes. Pharmaceutical company Eli Lilly plans to cap its out-of-pocket insulin cost at $35. And starting on May 1st, Eli Lilly is also reducing the list price of its non-branded insulin to $25 a vial. Right now, it's listed at $82 a vial. Although insulin is relatively inexpensive to make, the cost has risen for years, along with the demand for the drug. The CDC says 37 million U.S. adults are diabetic. Cleaner and quieter electric buses could soon be coming to San Antonio ISD. Tiffany Huertas shows us how these buses are better for the environment and keeping children's safety in mind.
Once we do that cycle, I turn it to start, and then the system will activate and we'll get a green light. And as you can hear, there's no sound.
Albert Ross, a driver trainer for San Antonio ISD, hopes to get these electric buses through a grant.
It gives you the money to purchase the electric buses, and then it gives you the money to support them.
The district applied for a grant through the U.S. Department of Energy Renew America's School Grant Program. The grant will cover about 9 electric buses and charging stations. The district says an electric bus is about $450,000. A propane bus, about $140,000.
Currently we have diesel, we have clean diesel, and we have propane, and we're hoping for electric. And so as we phase in electric and more propane, then we're going to start phasing out the diesel.
The electric bus also has safety features. There are cameras surrounding the bus, giving drivers a look at what's around.
We've really been putting a big push behind going clean, and so we hope that the government sees that.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Well, we are out of time. The 9 at Night returns tomorrow. Have a great evening.